Before that, though, what exactly is a typhoon, and was there any warning this extreme storm was coming? Matt Burnett spoke with Professor Hans Graff, who's the head of atmospheric sciences at Cambridge University.
A typhoon is a huge whirlwind that develops over warm waters. The threshold would be about 28 degrees. These typhoons start from a very small tropical depression, so a low-pressure system. And if they reach warm waters, they can attract more energy from the warm water by water vapor evaporation, then intensify and finally turn into a very strong system. Another condition that has to be met is that there are no strong shear winds in the atmosphere. Only under these conditions, very warm water and no shear winds in the atmosphere, extremely strong storms can develop.
So basically, it's a small storm that just picks up more and more energy from the hot surface water in the sea. And as long as it's not blown apart by strong winds, that's when it can develop into a typhoon. What are the conditions when this typhoon hits land?
Well, it depends on the strength of the typhoon. We have wind speeds observed up to more than 300 kilometers per hour, so that's extreme wind speeds. Most of the very strong typhoons have wind speeds between 180 and 240 or so, but there is a number of those which we call the superstorms, super typhoons, which exceed these 240 kilometers per hour wind speeds.
So there seems to have been an increase in the number and severity of these super typhoons in the Philippines area. What are some of the factors that could be contributing to this?
Well, there could be two factors. One would be the increase in sea surface temperature. And we have observed, indeed, since the mid of the 1980s, an increase in sea surface temperatures over the Indian Ocean, which then spread over the Western Pacific. And it arrived at the Western Pacific about in the mid-90s. And that is exactly when we started to see more of those very strong typhoons.
With this most recent storm in the Philippines, how much notice did meteorologists get? And are there any things that we can do better in the future to better prepare for these kind of storms?
Well, actually, the preparation for this recent storm was very good. We can't do anything about the pathway of this storm, but the forecasts are indeed very good. The area that was hit was exactly forecasted, and even the wind speeds were nearly forecasted. The forecast did not just go to 300 kilometers an hour, but 280 or so were forecasted. So people were prepared. The problem is that the structures, so the housings, are so light built because people are poor, and so they can't sustain these strong winds. The only thing you could do is give the people better means to have stronger houses.